Welcome, everyone, to San Antonio by Night Aftermath, Season 3 Consequences. In our last episode, our Iconoclasts made a very hasty retreat from the sun as they realized that the church haven that they had acquired had been attacked. Their Maria's ghoul, David, sadly slain. Her other bonded thrall, Nicole, severely injured. And upon going back to China Grove to look for Jude and Angel, found Samantha had been strapped to a building and staked, waiting for the sun. Making it back to the house just in time for the sun to rise and all of them to fall asleep. They haven't had time to catch up on what had happened. Why was Samantha on top of that building? Why was the church attacked? Who did it? The only clue they have is that shadows had made their way into the building from Nicole, from what Nicole said. And in the mad rush, hurried themselves to sleep. And that is where we find them. And so I would like everyone to make rouse checks. Noel, you feel a little hungrier. That pain in the deep parts of your stomach. The fact that your coterie mates came into the house as close to sunrise as they did had you worried. But it seems that everyone, including Samantha, is able to wake today. Samantha is staying relatively far away from the rest of you, but you can tell that she's gnawing on a finger, trying to do what she can to distract herself from the injuries she's taken, from the hunger she feels, the deep hunger, and you can see it in her eyes.
She needs to be fed. She needs to be fed and quickly, and I would offer her a dot if not for the fact that I woke up hungrier than I went to sleep. Right now I need all the blood that I can get. Noel will be waiting downstairs. Most likely before everyone else. He's sitting there, his hands folded in front of him, elbows on the table, seemingly in deep thought.
And the rest, as they so choose, would join you in the front room.
Faust does. Entering the area, still finishing up the folding on his tie, and laying down his suit. We have a busy day, busy evening. Mr. Stoneford.
How busy? You can see that he's woken up a little irritated at something. He's not, it's not fury frenzy, not even close. But it's not fury frenzy. It's not even close. But you can tell that he has woken up with some bees in his bonnet, as one would say.
Well, for starters, at this point, I suppose we should go ahead and inform you. This Samantha over there. We need some information from her.
And she looks like she's about to tear any one of us limb from limb to get at the juicy insides, so she needs to be fed.
I think all of us do.
I'm in the room.
Happy to have you.
Glad you're still with us.
Me too.
And that you were able to wake at all, given your condition.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever been to that situation before. God, I'm running on fumes. I'm having such a hard time keeping it together right now.
It's a horrible feeling. And we're gonna get it rectified as soon as possible. Mr. Buford, what are we looking at here?
Well, simplicity. Jude and Angel retaliated, as expected. Frustrated about where that retaliation was.
Please don't talk about them right now.
Understood.
I am going to flip my lid if you do.
Good news is, I've been working on some resources. Faust gives Null the location of the hotel. Relays to him the one dot herd that Faust has managed to pull together. That's been added to our repertoire at this time. Samantha, I'll make sure that you stay jaded this evening. Do you trust me?
Yeah?
That's all I need.
Okay.
And what of our attackers? Do we have location?
China Grove. At least for now.
Right.
Until we can get our one sole eyewitness in a position where she's more available to speak on the subject.
Right, then we'll work on that. First. Once everything is all said and done, preparations are going to be in order.
Let's get on with it.
Good to hear that you agree with me, Mr. Buford. And you'd see that now that he's standing up, Nola's had his sword. It's still she's resting against the side of the table next to him, and he picks it up. I'm gonna make it clear. I think you would share my sentiment, Mr. Buford. But with this, I'm done. No, this... From the first moment he laid a finger on Charles, I knew that this is going to develop into something like this. No, now this isn't funny anymore. I'm done. This ends tonight. Come hell or high water.
Well, remember and kind your protege.
Noah. Considering what may go down tonight, I'm going to need to prepare him. He must still be upstairs. Unless he came down.
Yeah, most everybody's come down by now, including
Okay.
Brian and Maria and Ray.
Before Brian came down, he makes sure that he's got 4 steaks.
Right. In order for this to go off without a hitch, I need to get myself something to eat. Samantha here needs something to eat.
I'm fairly certain I can eat a whole person right now.
I don't doubt it. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to get I think a contingent of 2, myself and one other, should go along with Samantha to oversee feeding and make sure that everything goes smoothly. Also because I need to go out and feed myself. After all that is said and done, anyone who's not tied up with that should make the requisite preparations. Speak to whoever you want to speak to. Gather whatever you want to gather. Because once I have the information, we're striking preemptively. I'm not sitting on this any longer. Something must be done, and it needs to be done now.
I have one statement to make. I don't care who it is. If it's Jude, if it's Angel, I need one of them staked for very specific reasons.
Then we're making it Angel.
Why are we letting either of them have? Why are we letting neither one of them walk away?
Because I have a boon to call.
They just tried to end up taking out Sammy, and you want to end up you current favor. Like that worked out so well the last time.
You may not understand it now. It's not trying to incur their favor. It's not trying to incur Marjani's favor or Jameson's favor. It's a different game I'm playing right now.
So long as you can guarantee that she doesn't walk away.
I know for a fact she won't.
Our games are not nice games. It always ends in bloodshed. So what kind of game are you playing?
It's a very valid question.
Well, kindred games tend to be chess, checkers, war games, tactics. I grew tired of it. It's contrived. I guess the game I'm going to be playing instead is blackjack.
That doesn't answer the
Oh.
question.
And
And-
who's your dealer? Faust?
Josh.
Right.
Josh?
My, what a person to play that kind of game with. Alright. I can guarantee that it's for the benefit of all of us that we trust Faust on this. Because if Josh is the one that Faust is interacting with, I can make a very large guarantee that yes, Angel will not be walking away from this. As for Jude, I made a promise. I intend to keep it.
Let justice be served this evening. So, Ray,
Yeah?
will you come with Samantha and I?
I thought Noel was going with Samantha.
Faust looks to know. Choose to take that?
Yeah, you, me, Samantha. You and I can have a little discussion, I think.
Very well.
I guess that means I'm with you, Maria. And Brian.
Looks that way.
Right, well, we're burning moonlight, and I'd rather not have a repeat of last night occur. Well, with the fact that you got in here.
Right as the sun was coming up, yeah.
Yeah, let's not have a repeat of that happen.
And that's when Samantha starts making for the door. She's the first to leave at the house.
Oh.
Hmm.
Faust follows her soon after, making sure not to necessarily take an eye off her, but as he passes by, he stops at Ray and just very quietly whispers to her, "Take care of them."
Yeah.
And he continues out.
And Noel would hop up next and go to leave. Noah, I would suggest coming along as well. There's many lessons to be learned here.
Right. And your child follows suit. Which leaves Brian, Ray, and Maria in the house. So what are the three of you doing?
I might end up going to the backyard and we get into the shack in the back and pick up a couple of jerry cans. They need to be filled. Make sure to end up grabbing an emergency roadside kit. I don't care what they say. I got the opportunity, I'll take them both out. I don't care who gets in the way. For what they'll done, I'll burn the entirety of China Grove down if I have to.
I got your back, Maria. What do you
Oh,
need help with?
she's not saying that at all. She's just doing it. She is not speaking this aloud. She does not trust any of the coterie at this point. Everybody's talking about letting one of them get staked and all that. No, they all need to go. She's been quiet this entire time. She just acts at this point. She's devolved from conversation, if that makes sense.
I get it. What preparations do we need to make?
And Ray's kind of trying to coax a conversation out of you, Maria. What's all this for?
Said you wanted to end going after Jude, and they told us to get ready. Brian likes to play around with making have wooden stakes, so I trust him to bring some.
All right. Yeah, let's get the truck loaded up or something. And Ray will do what she can to help you load up the truck, whatever you tell her to put in it.
A lot of fire more than anything. Maria's... she's focused at this point.
That's some scary shit.
Brian will join Ray and Maria, gathering stuff, loading up the truck.
She looks at Brian. You get your payback. I told you you would.
Brian reaches into the top of his boot, pulls out a stake, and hands it to Maria. Hold on to this, you might need it.
She takes it. Places it in here just at the side of the driver's side near the door. I'm assuming you got loaded up a lot more than that?
Yeah. You need another one?
No. What I need is to end up hearing Angel and Jude screaming at the top of their lungs.
I'm sure we'll hear somebody screaming before the day break.
Well, let's make sure it's not us.
What does it matter?
What do you mean?
As they're gone.
I don't intend on that.
A lot of this was brought about without intention.
We're all gonna make it out of there alive. We're gonna go looking for them, and then we're gonna wait for the others, right?
Maria
I
doesn't
thought we were
respond
gonna
to
go. I figured we were going to go load up those cans first.
that. That's the idea.
Brian will run to his car and grab out his 5-gallon can. Add towards. I don't know how many cans you've got back there.
I think it's been pretty well established that she's kind of been, a hoarder of random things and a lot of, working on the truck, a lot of working on the basement and all that. So I don't think it'd be out of the question to say she has at least 2 jerry cans worth.
Yeah. And then
So
Brian's
Brian
will make a
will grab-
third.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna have a barbecue.
Right. That's what Texans are known for, right?
Yeah, we just love playing with fire.
Then let's go find them. And so, the three of you are making your way towards China Grove. And what are the rest of you doing? Where are y'all headed?
Faust is trying to find a payphone.
They're few and far between, but you can easily find one.
Okay. Comes across one, and I specifically forgot to recall ST. Wasn't it that Marius Calhoun II provided me with a
means to reach
number.
out? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's safe to assume that he did.
I assume it's a very specific payphone.
I'm assuming it's a very specific payphone as well.
Faust goes up to the payphone and begins dialing number.
It's a while before there's an answer. Uncomfortably long while. You don't particularly like that it takes that long. But you do get an answer. Or at least the phone picks up. You don't hear a voice yet.
Good evening. Did I happen to reach Josh?
Mr. Bulford.
Glad I got a hold of you.
You wish to meet?
That's correct.
Where?
Faust provides a location, fairly discreet one, fairly close by.
Then I shall meet you there.
Thank you.
We'll
Look
be there
forward
in
to it.
5 minutes.
Very well. As soon as the line hangs up, Faust hangs up as well. Turns to Null. We have about 5 minutes.
I could really use something to eat right now.
Right. So what are you, What are you thinking of getting at by doing this, Mr. Buford? I want to know what your mind is.
Well, there are two realities right now. One is that, undeniably, Maria is on a warpath.
And undoubtedly.
And the second thing is, there's only one voice. This entire cacophony of bullshit that is really going to change anything for the Iconoclasts. Especially after this event. Whatever altercation transpires. If there's anything that we're good at, if there's anything the Iconoclasts are good at, it's dealing with fire. So let's make the most of it.
I suppose in that you're right. We break institutions over our knee. Why should this be any different?
I'll be honest to both of you.
I'm gonna go feed. I need something right now.
Mr. Stoneford. Make sure she doesn't get into trouble.
And he simply nods and would go along, I'll come along as oversight, just in case, we'd rather not have another body on our hands at the moment, if I'm being honest with you. So...
And you can tell that she still looks pretty haggard. She's still got that gaping hole in her chest. She's still got so many different wounds all over her. She looks a mess. The fact that she's even out right now is kind of a red flag.
concern.
And
Yeah, we need to get you fed and quickly. Let's go ahead and deal with that then.
and she is going to attempt her feeding roll. Oh. Oh no.
I can't stop that.
No.
Um,
And she can't stop that either.
Someone's dying. She's gonna need to make a frenzy check now.
Yep.
Difficulty 3.
And she's very low on willpower. Nope.
Yep. She's frenzying.
You can see that as soon as she's got them, because she puts on a very good show. She's very seductive. She's very much the kind of seductress that you would expect of a really pretty girl like her. And she lures them into a secluded space. But as soon as she doesn't even bother with the pleasantries anymore. She sinks her fangs in, and as soon as she does, she just starts to rip and tear at the person's flesh and starts going mad with hunger.
Yep. I'm not surprised that that's happening. However, there's not really a hell of a lot that I can do to stop her at this stage. She's too hungry. She's too hungry, and I don't have the resources to knock her out. Not without accidentally killing her because of how much damage that she's taken. Um,
If you're not intervening, she is going to gorge herself.
This is gonna be dangerous, but I need to let her take 3. And after she's taken 3, I'm gonna attempt to pull her away.
She's already ripping at flesh, and she's already trying to dig into this person to get
Oh,
every single last drop out of them.
yeah. There's no saving them. If I pull her back, she dies. This person dies. If I don't, they die. There is nothing here that. There is nothing here that I can do that would even give this person a chance to live.
Then don't.
I am actually going to intervene, but it's going to be to make sure that this person doesn't bleed out. I'm gonna kill them, and make it quick, so that the pain stops at least, because this person's dead either way. So lessening the pain seems like it would be the more humane thing to do.
Are you going to do that with her still attached? Because she is going to drink every last drop.
Yeah. It'll be a knife between the ribs, slipped between the ribs into the heart.
Then I would like you to make me a dexterity melee.
Dex melee. I can make a dex melee.
Because that's a precision strike.
It is a precision strike. I mean, they're a still target.
They are a still target, so there is that. The difficulty is lowered. But the difficulty is still 3 to get it in and precise enough that it's a killing blow.
Then I'll re-roll that one die I've got to re-roll, because I have willpower to spend to do that. Nope, it's not a killing blow. Shit.
They're screaming.
I'm gonna have to clamp down and muffle.
And before too long, they are still, after convulsing a moment, but the pain didn't end quickly. In fact, it was aggravated more.
I tried. The intent was pure, but it didn't work.
And caked in blood and viscera, Samantha finally comes out of her frenzy. Oh God. Oh God, what did I do?
Noel gently closes their eyes. This is what it means when you're hungry. When you lose control over yourself.
Oh God.
And there's no one around to stop you. This is what happens.
Oh God.
And Noel would actually gently curl an arm around Samantha, gently placing his hand on the back of her head. Kind of a soothing gesture. You had to find out sooner or later what it was like. Because you haven't dealt with this before, have you?
No.
No. And he gently pulls her back. cups both of her cheeks in his hands, gently wiping away a little bit of blood.
Like her mouth is
With his-
caked in it.
Yeah, he's wiping away a bit of blood with his thumb. A beast you are, lest a beast you become. And this is what happens when you become.
Oh,
It's a hard lesson. Trust me, I get it. It was like this my first time too.
And in that somber moment, she kind of just looks back at the body she's created, and back at you, and at Faust, and at Noah. A little speechless. And I would like all of you to also take 2 stains.
Yep.
For not interfering. Or making it worse.
I didn't mean to make it worse.
You didn't mean to make it worse, but it's still 2 stains.
Yeah. That's fine. I have ways to deal with those stains.
But you make your way back to the meeting point. Samantha is caked in blood. She really should not be seen.
Noel, given everything in the car, Noel would have some stuff to help her clean up. And he'd gently wipe down her face and everything, get her a little more presentable, and deal with the body. Because you can't just leave it lying there with its throat ripped out.
Mm-hmm.
Faust just doesn't say anything the entire time. He has a stern look on his face. And when Samantha ever tries to make a glance at him, he doesn't make a comment. He just stares. And in his mind, he's thinking the entire time, with just this cold look, this is what was going to happen. She would be satiated no matter what. It doesn't matter what we would have done in this scenario. And I'm in no position myself to be trying to stop it. Too many balls rolling at this moment. Quietly, when no one's looking, he just clenches his fist.
And when you all return to the place where you said that you would meet Josh, you do already see him standing there, looking... kind of standing off to the side, kind of waiting. Maybe checks a watch.
Faust approaches, quietly stands next to him. So, suppose now would be a good time as any. Thank you for meeting me. These are my associates, Mr. Stoneford and Miss Jefferson. and Mr. Walker.
Pleasure to see you again, Josh. I hope you're doing well.
It is a pleasure, Mr. Stoneford. However, it looks like I have stumbled upon something that's... Am I interrupting something?
No. We just gathered and decided to call on everything in the middle of quite a bit.
I did say 5 minutes. It has been 20.
My apologies.
You're lucky I'm a patient man. So, Mr. Beaufort, what do I have the pleasure of doing for you?
I'd like to call in that favor.
I see. Have you decided what you would like?
I have. I recognize the circumstances at hand. As much as we, the Iconoclasts, have wrangled together what efforts and forces we could, I find that every encounter, every approach is ever lacking. We have a reputation, and I understand why it exists.
Do you truly?
It's because I don't have the control. I don't have the skills. I don't have the clout. The honesty behind it is I'm young.
Yes, yes you are.
I don't know what other paths I can take at this moment. In this given scenario, when I'm seeing so much crisis surrounding my coterie, and I can't help but feel responsible for it all. Frankly, honestly speaking, I have not done my coterie any service. None that I can say has honored them.
Well,
None that I feel.
we do have Mr. Stoneford from your coterie here. Why have you asked him?
Faust looks to him. It's Null. He looks to Noah. And then he looks to Samantha. I think my answer is rectified in the following actions and ordeals that we faced. So, the favor that I come forward with is during a crisis that is typical of this coterie at this point. There's a particular group of cultists, who go by Shalamites, that have entered the city.
As I've heard.
At this point, they're causing quite a bit of chaos for us. I suppose in that same sense, if we retaliated. Well, I expected things to be offended quicker. I was wrong.
Are you requesting direct intervention?
What I'm requesting is an intervention that'll help us pull through and earn the merit in the city. At least earn my coterie's merit in the city.
You want the credit for it.
I want to pave a path so that my coterie has a chance. And I want to use our own mistakes to do so. But I don't know how to on my own.
Your thoughts, Mr. Stoneford?
My thoughts.
Mr. Beaufort seems to think that he has failed to.
I wouldn't say that. Not in the least. However, I can understand the frustration that progress made doesn't seem to mean anything when there's so much resistance from the powers that be, from the system in which we live, and from its members, that the efforts that Mr. Buford here has put in seem to mean nothing. My assessment would be that a member of the Clan of Kings asking earnestly for assistance is a sign that he wants to take the next step. In learning what it is to be as he is. I can't speak of the specifics, I'm not of the Clan of Kings, but one thing I know for certain is that something that's espoused is that to lead, one must first serve. And in asking for your assistance, I believe that in truth, it is looking for those structures, the foundations that Mr. Buford has built to be laid bare so that they can actually be seen.
You have a choice, Mr. Beaufort. It would not be hard for me to directly intervene on your behalf. I have friends and connections in many places in this city. However, I think you would benefit from my teaching more than my intervention. I could do both for you. However, it would come at a great cost to yourself. Are you willing to pay that price?
You're proposing favor of a life.
Nothing so strong as a life boon. I am requiring 50 years of your time.
If it means it will protect my coterie, then those 50 years are yours. Direct intervention and your tutorship.
Then I will teach you what it is, and all that I know about what it is to be went through. And in that 50 years, I will come to expect great things from you.
I won't let you down.
I would hope not.
Happy to do business with you, Mr. Calhoun II. Faust holds out his hand.
And you see that Josh holds out his hand as well. And he takes yours. Gives you a very firm handshake. Something you expect out of a venture.
Something indeed.
Mr. Stoneford, you have borne witness to this boon.
That I have. And I will see to it that the terms are enforced.
Thank you. Now that the negotiating has been completed, I should get right to it.
China Grove.
China Grove. Indeed.
My coterie mate Maria is on a warpath.
The Samisi girl.
She listens to my other coterie mates. They've connected together in friendship of sorts by through Ray. But I'm not sure how much Ray has hold over Maria anymore. So I will have to be quick myself.
You see to your coterie mates. I have some things that I will need to attend to assist you.
Very well.
Do have a pleasant night.
You as well. And thank you.
Do not thank me yet. I have not completed your task. He gives you a small smirk and starts to walk away.
Faust watches him go into the dark for a moment before he turns back to the other two. Time is short.
Then I'll be to make the requisite preparations for myself. Faust, I want you to take Samantha and Noah back to the house and get the floodlights and everything else, all of the light equipment.
Can do.
And Noel will turn to Noah. Two ends. And give him a gentle hand on the shoulder. Tonight's the night that you get your answers. For better or worse.
Right. Right.
And he actually reaches into his jacket and pulls out a knife. Not the one that he used to stab the other person, but he gently places it in his hand. Keep it with you.
And he sticks it in the back of his pants under his belt.
Right. I'm so glad I re-prepped my rituals, my ritual ingredients earlier on, because now I just need to go feed. And I'm gonna make my way to the church.
No, I gave Noel.
Oh, the $1. Oh, yeah. So sorry, to the hotel rather. To feed on that $1 herd.
Okay.
Faust also mentioned that the church was attacked, so.
Oh right, yeah, no, let's not go there. Yeah, so yeah, $1. I'll take the dot from the herd.
And on that note, we will take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll see how Maria, Ray, and Brian fare in their search for these elusive Lasombra. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to San Antonio by Night Aftermath, Season 3, Consequences. The coterie, including Noah, has converged in the China Grove subdivision neighborhood of San Antonio. They're looking and have looked into the whereabouts of Jude and Angel the Lasombra that they've been chasing and have cornered them. So it seems. According to some of the information that they've received from the animals doing their own investigation and from Samantha, outside of a basement is where they find themselves. Maybe parked down the way, all of them collected. The Iconoclasts are ready to burn down, stake, whatever it is that they must do to get rid of these Shalamites. And thus, the 6 of you are together.
Faust, looking at the truck, looking at Maria's truck and seeing just gallons and gallons of gasoline. Looks back to her and Brian. Were you thinking of burning down the whole entire part of the city, or?
If that's what it takes.
Shouldn't have to.
A lot of things shouldn't be. But here we are.
It's true. We have other options available to us right now. Maria, I told you, plain and simple, you'd be able to be left alone. If we can deliver Angel or Jude to this contact, then that'll be the end of that.
Why do we have to deliver anybody to anyone?
Because it helps us state a cause. Helps us make a case.
What's the case?
The Iconoclasts aren't the ones to be stepped on.
Can we send the same message by ending both of them?
Seems to me you end up offering 2 trash bags worth of ashes. Yeah, you get the point across real quick.
No. Because we've done that, remember?
We've done that so many times over.
I remember specifically the last time we ended up taking somebody alive. More people died because of it. So, remind me again what happens when we decide to end up pulling people aside as opposed to removing them permanently?
Oh, they'll be removed permanently. It's just that particular individual, it won't be by us. It'll be as a point by someone else. As for the other one, the other one dies tonight. By our hands. In the next. He kind of looks at the,
Well, as it stands right now, finders keepers. They end up hurting Sammy. Something fierce. They end up crippling Nicole. And they end up killing Dave.
Oh, there's a
Because
lot
they
more than
killed.
just that.
Because they end up killing Dave, that means Skylar's making a beeline for us directly the moment they find out. Well, specifically me. And I think previous examples have already proven that ain't gonna be much competition for nobody. So tonight, we end up making a declaration, Mr. Beaufort. And then, what? Back to the same old rigmarole. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm getting sick and tired of this carousel, and I haven't even gone through my first decade yet.
So what are you intending? You get your revenge and then... what?
Let the
Find the
wind
dice.
take care of the ashes.
I'd also point out that you and yours are not the only ones that have been hurt by these two.
And why the hell are you asking for any help in here trying to end up bringing one in? You should be the one who's jumping on board with this. And last time I checked, the only thing that's even curbing your enthusiasm mostly ends up coming down to the fact that, hey, at least I end up getting to take Jude out. So Angel can be questioned. When last time I checked, it's Angel that's the most dangerous one. But let's not pretend like this ain't personal.
I never pointed out otherwise.
So why are we
As far as-
talking about this like as if it's some kind of business arrangement when they end up killing our kin?
Because there's more at play, and I think, more than anything, with the arrangement that's been made, you'll get your piece so that not only is it that these two will not ever harm one of you or yours again, but that you'll be able to go ahead and cultivate whatever it is you wish to cultivate in peace without having to worry about the fact that there'll always be a set of eyes watching your back, waiting for you to make a mistake so that they can put a stake through it. It's future assurance, not from the enemy without, but the enemy within.
Maria, I'll level with you. If you want your revenge tonight, you can take it. I won't stop you. But I've told you, and I've provided you the most that I can on that. There is a future assurance. And I know I've done you wrong. More wrong than I could ever do right. At this point, there is no reparations to be made. At the very least, I want to provide you with one act of service. Could be justified as something in your eyes. Its usefulness.
I'm not making any promises to no one right now. Let's get the matter settled. See on where this cookie decides to crumble.
Right. that's the case.
We done dithering, or we gonna get this done?
Amen.
Let's go. And Noel is going to activate Silence of Death. And begin stalking towards... I'm guessing it's a house of some kind.
Yes, it's a house. It looks a little deserted. There's no lights on inside.
Why would there be?
You said there was a basement, it seemed to be.
Yes.
Is there an outside access to the basement?
It looks like there's a small window, but no outside access, no.
As we get close, Brian is going to do a rouse check for a blood surge.
What are you searching for?
Brian's expecting there to be a combat coming up real quick.
So
So are you
the next
rousing for
roll that he
prowess, or just for the next roll?
Just for the next roll.
Okay.
Before he reaches there, he does stop Noel, and he turns to Sammy, because Sammy's there.
Oh,
At least I believe she is.
I did not realize that y'all wanted Sammy to come. She's injured.
Unless... Oh, actually, wait, no, she's injured. Never mind. Sorry, turn to Ray, rather. Just because Mox isn't here, I think the best thing that Ray could do... We've got the floodlights in the back of the car. If you'd be nice enough to set those up.
Yeah. I'll get right on it.
Maria ends up grabbing hold of one of the jerry cans. She's quick to stuff a rag in the mouth. Make sure that the Zippo's in a far pocket. She starts walking towards the house.
So what are you doing first?
I already declared my action, so it's everybody else that has to declare their actions.
Yep, Maria's taking a jerry can. She looks like she's either gonna dump it or is gonna use it.
She's gonna
use it like a Molotov.
Trying to grab another can.
Faust is going to rouse in order to activate toughness.
Okay.
And Noel has his sword in hand and is... Brian and Marie, you would see him actively climbing the wall. Like Spider-Man.
And your sword is on your waist?
On the back.
On your back, okay.
So I've got all 4 points of contact that I require.
Okay.
And it's silent because I'm using Silence of Death.
Mm-hmm.
Non-combat character.
Yes, what are you doing, Faust?
Use the tank.
Can I insight to suspect and anticipate what sort of tactics they would use? If maybe they were going to try and lure us inside so that they could reverse cause demolition on the coterie or something.
That would be...
I'm trying to anticipate what Jude and Angel do, essentially.
Okay. Since you didn't have a very long period of time in which you knew them, I'm going to say that's going to be a fairly high difficulty intelligence insight.
Okay. Give me a range of how high difficulty you're saying.
5+.
I only have 5 dice. We'll just go with what we got.
You maybe suspect that they'd try to cover the exits, maybe? You don't know exactly how it is that Lasombra function, much less what their intentions in this place is going to be.
They use shadows. Light and floodlights seem to work against them. They're nihilistic. Faust helps a hooray with the floodlights.
Mm-hmm.
And he points out to her to go cover the exit areas. And then he looks over to Noah.
He's just kind of staying behind at the truck, kind of helping with the lights as well.
Faust goes over to Noah. And he basically just points him. Mr. Walker.
Uh-huh.
I need you to go with a hooray.
Okay.
Leave the rest of the floodlights to me.
All right. And he hops down from the bed of the truck and goes with Ray, moving fairly silently.
Faust activates all at this point.
Have you flicked on the lights yet?
No.
No. Okay.
He had... Yep. He has the switch in his hand, led by a string, and he's waiting for a cue. He's not switched on the lights. In his mind, there are 2 immediate... Noah is gonna get fucking X'd out. As a point. As a retribution. Keep him near a hooray. Because a hooray's tough. Faust will try and manage himself as a target instead. Ergo the awe. Pay attention to me.
So, what do you do next?
Brian's going to approach the window to the basement that he can see.
Mm-hmm.
When he gets close, he's going to take the cap off the gas can, pull a rag out of his pocket, and stuff it down the throat of the can.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's going to break out the window, light the can, and throw it in to the basement.
Okay. Popping off already. And so, Brian, I'm going to need you to make me a strength brawl as your first roll to break out the window.
All right.
And this will have your blood surge dice on it.
All right. 6, that's 8. 6 successes.
Okay. You successfully break out the window. Now, I need you to make me a frenzy check as soon as you light that lighter. Difficulty 2.
And what do I roll for frenzy?
That would be... Let me look at your dice. Let's see. What is your willpower at?
4. Full.
Full? Okay. Then that would be +2 for your humanity, so it's 6 dice.
Alright. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6 successes.
Oh, damn. Look at you. Not a problem. You light that jerry can, it whooshes, and you toss it inside.
And then I'm going to step back about 10 feet.
Yeah. Your inner beast is not excited about this. You definitely move back away from that window as quickly as you can. And then the next person who is in the vicinity would be Noel. What are you doing? You're muted. Your microphone's up.
Thank you. Noel would currently be waiting for any sign of movement to the point of he is going to activate heightened senses so that he can see and silently duck his head down to see if there's any movement on the inside.
So you're on the roof trying to peer into a top floor window?
Actually, I'm basically above the top floor window, splayed out on the side of the building.
Ah, okay.
Peeking into a top floor window because I can do that.
Okay, then make me a wits awareness plus aspects.
Wits awareness aspects. Not gonna spend a willpower on that. It stays as it is right now.
You don't see anything right away. It's maybe taking a minute for your eyes to adjust, because you do see that Brian has just, or hear at least, that Brian has
just broken a window.
Broken a basement window and maybe has chucked something in. You heard him kind of running off from that direction too.
Heard a thunk, and I saw that he had a jerry can, so I could make an assumption. I could make an educated guess that he's probably thrown something in there, and he would hold up a finger to Faust, being like, "Wait for it."
Faust he's got the light in hand. He's Noel's signal.
Okay.
He's basically got his hand up like, ready? Not yet, but ready.
All right. So
if that's the case, then
yes.
Maria is going to activate, because she's at the back. I'm presuming back door, because if I understand the way houses are built in the area, they typically have a front and back door with a porch, backyard kind of situation.
Yeah, thereabouts. So Ray and Noah would be back there with you as well.
All right. I'm going to activate Horde Form.
Horde Form it is.
And
this would also mean that should you run into Frenzy, you would be at a -2 penalty.
I am willing to risk it.
Okay.
Because right now I'm fairly certain my hatred for these two individuals is very much overshadowing his survival instinct.
Fair enough. Faust, you're just waiting?
I'm waiting and I'm watching. I like to check in the area. Can I do wits awareness?
You may.
Cool.
Keeping an eye out. Exactly.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You swear the darkness inside the house that you're seeing shifts a little. But you don't see any figures just yet. Brian, you saw that some of the more flammable objects inside the basement have started to catch fire. The jerry can definitely whooshed into a big source of flame and has started to light things on fire with that big flame in there. But it hasn't really gone up yet.
I'm waiting for that, but Brian will be also watching the front of the house.
Okay. So you and Faust are at the front. Maria, Noah, and Ray are at the back. Noel is in a window.
I'm just waiting for the...
You're waiting for the flashover.
The flashover?
Yeah, I'm waiting for that Molotov-type explosion from the gas can.
Like, the flame started coming out of it, like, pretty heavily as soon as you threw it.
Yeah, it's more a matter of the flashover point is when the room gets hot enough that it reaches the ignition point of air. That's when you get in the movies and stuff, you get the really big whoosh of fire.
Okay.
Which will then, because there's gas fumes in there, be accelerated quite significantly.
Here's your chemistry lesson, Coffee.
Yes, I am not a chemist.
This is why you have me.
Okay. Making some frenzy checks. However, you hear some thrashing about on the inside of the house, and out the front door comes a woman. The woman you know to be Angel.
Soon as he sees her, Faust turns on those floodlights.
And the darkness around that seems to envelop her a little bit dissipates, and she is just a human form now. Pale as she might be.
Brian will move in to keep her from getting away.
Okay, how do you intend to do that?
Try to trip her if I have to. A good kick to the ankles, and most people can't run. Well, even a knee.
Okay, then make me a strength brawl.
That's 7. Two, 3, 4, 6.
Okay. And she is going to also do the same. Oh. You had 6, she has 7 on a crit.
I had 6 on a crit.
Anything to reroll?
Yeah, I can reroll. I can reroll 3.
Okay. If you'd like to, you can. Spend a willpower.
I'm gonna have to. I didn't want to do this, but okay. Rerolling 3. That is 3 more successes.
So that'd be 9.
9. Yeah.
Okay. So you beat her by 2. That would be half to 1 superficial damage. But you do kind of trip her up, and she's if she could foam at the mouth, she would be at the moment. Faust, you had turned the lights on. Maria, Ray, and Noah would hear that the door on the other side of the house had been slammed open. And you hear muffled grunting of maybe a conflict on the other side of the house. So what do you do?
I think it's about that time I end up bursting through the front or through the back door, flush out whatever's left. Doing so, I will drop the canister at the doorway, so I'm just going to let it fall to its side, start leaking out, and if it catches, it catches.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then...
But I don't want anyone coming out the back door. But that's not where my focus is. My focus is on finding whatever didn't leave.
Okay. So going into the house is where you see that Jude is.
I want to make a mention once again. Ray and Noah were also at the back door.
Yep.
Noah's kind of staying behind to watch the door. Ray's following after Maria. And so, Maria, you see Jude standing there. He looks kind of calm, even though, like, flames are starting to lick up the sides of what you could see from the basement door. So you can see these flames. I'm going to need you to make a terror frenzy check. Which would be at a -2 for horrid form.
Let me double check this.
I'm pretty sure it's all frenzy checks, right?
Difficulties tests taken are done at a +2 difficulty.
+2 difficulty. Okay, so normally fire is at a 4 difficulty.
There's no fire in this room right now, is there?
It's licking up at the bottom of the door.
Okay.
Because you've entered, so it's coming into the house. You're kind of entering through like the kitchen area. There's the basement door in the kitchen, so you see that there's a little bit of flame licking up through the bottom of the
I am
door.
praying. I am praying right now so hard. Difficulty 4.
It's usually difficulty 4, yeah.
Oh.
Nope, you don't want to get anywhere close to those flames. You start darting right back out the door. And Maria and Noah, seeing that you're darting, or Hooray and Noah, seeing that you're darting out right back out the door as soon as you went in, Ray starts to chase you. Noah's kind of looking back and forth about what it is he should be doing, and that's when he comes face to face with Jude. And Jude starts following out the door. Noel, you're kind of on the side of the building. You can see that Noah's coming out the door, and Noah and Jude are both outside the house now.
And I'm going to silently move up to be above them.
Okay.
And Noel is... I'm guessing Noah would be able to see Noel, but not Jude currently, right? Given the...
Jude doesn't know you're there. No.
Yeah, so Noel would give a silent signal to Noah, like, this is your chance, take it. But I'm poised that if as soon as Jude tries to do anything hostile, I'm gonna drop from the roof and kill him with a sword swipe.
You see. So what are the rest of you doing before Noah and Jude actually have a conversation here?
I'm fighting with Angel, I assume.
You are fighting with Angel, so you're gonna. So that's what's happened this round. Ray's going after Maria. Faust flipped on the floodlights. And so we're moving into a kind of new round here. And so, Maria, are you spending any willpower to pull yourself out of frenzy?
I don't have a choice. I have to.
Okay. Because otherwise you would have run the whole block before actually stopping.
Yeah. And that's no good. Not in my current state.
Okay. So you pull yourself out of frenzy, and so because you don't see the flames anymore, you're able to stay out of it. And Ray looks at you, seems to be a bit confused, but looks at you and says, "You good?"
Far from it. But that cost me my action, correct?
Yes, that was your action. Faust, what are you doing?
Well, now that I see Angel in view, Faust is gonna be annoying. He still has a gun.
He does.
He's piss poor at his shot, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do a blood surge and put it towards being a better shot.
Okay.
And this is specifically for the sole and intent purpose of, with the inclusion of awe, drawing Angel's attention away just to give birth. So he's gonna shoot at Angel.
Okay. Then that is going to be a dexterity firearms.
Alright, and then the 2. Well, he completely misses, but...
The shot goes wild. It's definitely loud. It definitely made a noise. Brian, you're in melee with Angel. What are you doing? Brian?
we lose a Mojo?
Did we? He's
I
muted.
He
think we
did say
did.
he did say that this was a possibility that may occur.
Ah. Okay. Well,
I'm guessing he's still going for it, considering he's in melee. He's in
Yeah,
melee, and
considering
Angel's
he's
probably
in-
going to strike back at him.
yeah, considering
I'm
he's
pretty
in...
sure his action is not going to be, pour a nice cup of herbal tea.
Nope.
Yeah.
Then I will roll for Brian and for Angel for their brawl. So that's Angel. And then roll for Brian. So I don't. Did he rouse for potence? I don't remember.
He did not. He roused
not.
for a blood surge.
Okay. Okay. Angel got another crit. I don't know if Brian would probably spend a willpower on that. Yes.
I would assume so. Yeah.
I would assume so.
Yeah, because there's 3 dice. Okay. And they both meet, so it's a tie.
Yep. I believe since he was the initiator here, he would quote unquote win and
He's
deal.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, there you are, Mojo.
Hey,
I rolled for Brian.
Yeah, I saw that, and I rolled myself, and I rolled for potence.
Oh, you
No,
did rouse
no.
for potence. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, the second time I'm rolling, I said I was gonna rouse for potence.
Because you cut
Okay.
out there. You cut out
Yeah,
there.
you
Might have been
definitely cut out.
responsive.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard anything you said.
My mic muted itself, and I rolled. My roll is very different from your roll. Because I've got 6 without counting the other dice. I've got 3 crits.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Brian took a page from Noel's book.
Yeah.
Now, just to be clear, just as a rules clarification,
Mm.
you are using prowess at this point?
Yes.
Okay, because prowess is increasing the unarmed damage value.
Yes.
So it doesn't add to your dice pool, it adds to just flat damage. So if you succeed,
Right.
it's just in addition.
Oh, I've been
I
rolling that
have
wrong for
7
Angel
di-
then.
Yeah,
I
it
have
helps if
7
you're doing
dice.
like... Oh, go ahead.
I have 7 dice to roll.
I'm not
All
doubting
of
that
them.
portion of it at all.
All of them are passing. 3 of them are 10s.
So you got 1 crit, so that would be because it's a pair.
That would be
makes
9.
a crit. That would be 9.
But yeah, CoffeeCat, the only time you add the prowess to the dice roll pool is if it is a strength action. So, for instance, lifting a car or something like that. But when it comes down to fisticuffs, when it comes down to that kind of stuff, instead of just getting a chance at bonus dice, it is now, here is your guarantee.
Okay. So I've been rolling that wrong ever since ever.
It's okay.
Same. Same.
Ever since ever.
Because you're correct if it was a physical action that required strength. You're absolutely correct. It's when it comes to damage, it is just taken as here's bonus damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
specifically unarmed and melee.
Okay. Fair enough. But so that's 9 versus her 5. And
Yes.
she's in frenzy, so she can't spend willpower. So yeah, she has to just take it. Which is
So
4 half to 2 superficial damage.
more than that. What's your rating in potence?
2.
So it'd be 6 half to 3.
Okay. She's looking pretty haggard. But in the back, Noel, you and Maria, to a lesser extent, would overhear Jude and Noah talking. Noah just flabbergasted, where Jude is just kind of standing there, kind of confident, and Jude says to Noah, "I'm sorry." No, yeah, I get it. I get it. But it doesn't have to be like this, Jude. No, Noah, it does. Because he took you away from me. What do you mean? I'm right here. But you're not you anymore. I specifically made sure that Angel didn't take you. And what happened? You got taken anyway. I'm a failure. No, you're not. Everything you did to try and get me through school, I appreciate every single minute of it. Noel, what do you do?
I'm still waiting. Jude hasn't done anything that I feel like needs to be stopped just yet. But I'm poised and ready to strike.
Okay, so you're holding. Maria, what are you doing? You can overhear this conversation softly, but you can still hear it.
I can't go in.
You don't want to go anywhere near the house.
So I can't interact with the house even.
Entering the house, maybe not. Speaking of which, entering the house, you would have either had to spend willpower or do a willpower check to get past it.
Alright, so... The only... God, I hate this, but... They're at the front of the house, which means I can't go there in my current form. Not without risking some serious shit.
Mm-hmm.
However, nothing says I can't bring the house down on them.
No. You just can't go in. You can't go anywhere near that basement door.
So I'm going to grab the supports on either side of the door, and I'm going to push the wall in. Exterior walls are load-bearing.
It's true. Jude is at the wall, or at the door.
At the back door?
At the back door, yes.
Well, I'm about to... Well, we'll see on how this goes.
If I see Maria pushing on the supports, then I'm going to get off. I'm going to very, very quickly scramble off the roof. Silently, of course, but climb down the side.
She said, hey, she might stake him. Who knows? I'm going to rouse.
Maria's going for the door, and Noel, you're climbing off the house?
Yep. Off to the side so that he's still out of the way, but very much in dash and slice Jude in half range.
Okay, so you're around the corner then.
Yep.
You're around the corner, coming down from your perch.
Yes.
Maria's running course toward Jude and the door.
I'm going to use the door frame and all the supports because, let's be honest, horror form, I'm fairly massive.
You are fairly massive.
And I am going to push in all the constraints. I'm going to purposely break it.
Okay.
Because if I understand how houses are made in Texas, they're still made with your standard 2x6 on the outside.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, 2x4s, but 2x6s are... No, it might be a 2x6. We'll find out. We'll find out through the autopsy.
Okay. Then that would be a strength athletics toward the door, and Jude is going to make a dexterity athletics to try and get out of your way.
If I can hit Jude and push them in, I'll gladly take it.
Okay. You can that will be on a crit. If you land a crit, then Jude is going in the house too.
I am fishing for that crit then. Nope, only 6. Damn it. I mean, it's still really freaking good, but not where I was hoping.
Dexterity, athletics. You clip him, but he's able to get out of the way. And now Jude is no longer in the door frame, and is instead out the house. So, but that clipping him seems to not do as much as you thought it would.
Yeah, no, he's pissing me off.
But you slammed into the door frame, and you've got the supports now like caved in. They're no longer really like they're no longer standing straight up. The door frame is no longer like in a position where it's supporting anything. You have essentially rammed a hole right through the side of the door frame and the wall.
There goes my plan.
Through the exterior wall, through the door frame, through the interior wall, and into the kitchen again. And so, top of the round, what is everybody doing?
I need to roll for a rouse or blood search, right?
Yep, if you're going to blood search this round, then do it.
Success.
Cool. So declared actions?
I'm going to keep wailing on Angel.
Okay. Faust, what are you doing?
Faust prepares a bottle, cloth, Molotov.
Okay. So pouring gasoline into a bottle is going to be your action from that extra jerry can. Maria, are you going back after Jude, or are you going into the house?
No reason to go into the house. The other one, I heard somebody escape through the front doors, and I'm presuming Brian's got that handled.
Mm-hmm. You still hear that scuffle.
Besides, the person I want is right here. I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, so you're going after Jude. Ray's going to assist you. And Noel, what are you doing?
Time for Francis is up. He's he's probably not going to say anything else, and what with Maria and Ray converging on him.
Yeah, so since all three of you are moving into melee,
Judgment time.
highest dexterity goes first.
That would probably be no.
I'm only Dex 2, but I do possess rapid reflexes.
I only have Dex 2, so I would presume that rapid reflexes would probably go past.
And Ray is only a dex 2, so yes, Noel will go first.
Alright, I'm going to rouse for a blood search.
Okay.
And it's going to be that silent moving up, the mixture of rapid reflexes and silence of death. So I'm actually going to need a wits awareness from Jude, because he gets one to see
if he notices you. Yep.
Yep. And I get a dexterity stealth a wits obfuscate. And I imagine he's probably relatively distracted by the fact that he was talking to Noah and then had to step back from the door frame that Maria pushed in.
Yeah. Oh
So
no, he spots
me.
you.
He's seeing me, but that's fine. Blood surge.
Spots you and is pissed about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely pissed about it.
It's dominance compulsion again.
Wow. Okay, I'm setting a willpower. Rerolling 3 dice. Wow.
Why did you steal out of my dice tray?
Wow. What the hell?
So to dodge you coming down at him is going to be a dexterity athletics.
It's a dex athletics.
So that would be a win by 2.
So yes. So that would be a win by 2. The sword itself is +2.
Okay. So that's
So
4.
half to 2.
Half to 1.
Half to 2.
Half
Half
again.
to 2 and then half.
Halved again to 1.
Because he has
Fortitude.
fortitude thing active. Fortitude thing active. So
He does.
I don't think it's a halve again. It's a minus and then halve it
Minus then halve
to a
it.
minimum of 1.
Yeah. So it'd still be minimum.
Still 1.
Because his
Alright,
fortitude.
but that's
Otherwise-
fine.
Otherwise, fortitude would be far more broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, half
Sure,
and half.
he needs to make he actually needs to go ahead and make me a stamina fortitude or stamina occult, which is higher.
They're the same.
Just
Spend
actually,
a.
no, yeah, you're gonna spend a willpower.
He's gonna spend a willpower on that.
Sure. He's got 2. He's got 1 die. Yeah.
So you beat him by 1 on Scorpion's touch.
I'm gonna spend another willpower, and I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna reroll 1 die and see if I can't get a crit out of it. Nope, but I do get an extra success, so I beat him by 2.
Okay.
So he is taking. I need that one, and I need blood sorcery. He is taking a. Look. 2 non-halved.
Superficial? Okay.
Superficial.
Fortitude still would apply at that point.
Fortitude does still apply, so he does get a minus of 1.
Okay.
He'll drop it to 1 if
Drop to
he's
1.
got toughness.
He does have toughness.
Yeah, so he'll take an extra 1 from the scorpion's touch.
Okay. He's kind of pissed. Kind of pissed indeed. And so
Maria and Ray.
Maria and Ray. Maria, what are you doing?
I am gonna end up using my extended claw, which basically I'm gonna palm him like a baseball from the torso, and I'm gonna put him in the ground about 20 times. I'm gonna turn him into a corpse-like pile driver.
Okay, then I will say that Ahura is assisting you, so you're going to do that at a +1.
Okay, I'm gonna rouse. Okay, hunger gained after this action.
Ooh, lordy. That is 10 on a messy crit. Okay, so he is fighting back, because that's the better dice pool.
I mean, not that messy crits matter in combat, because a crit in a combat is just a crit. Doesn't matter what kind. Because the beast it's a purely physical expression, and the beast is just like, power is power.
Yep. Big ol' shnikes. He is not having a good time with this. He's spending willpower. Nope. That is 7 superficial damage. Yes.
That is 7 superficial damage minus the fortitude, and then halved.
Okay, so it'd be 7 reduced to 5, half to 3.
Well, but before that, did you prop the weapons part of horrid form?
Yes, I did.
So that's non-halved because of horrid form.
Oh.
Let me double check that.
I thought it was halved because...
No, because it is weapons the user gains the equivalent to a light piercing or heavy impact weapon. Well, plus 2 damage in the form of bone spurs. It's not like feral weapons.
No, it's half still.
I thought
So
it was in
plus
horrid
2
form.
So it'd be
that.
7 plus 2 would be 9,
Yep.
reduced to 7, half to 4.
Yeah.
Oh, he is not looking good. He's nearly impaired. Okay.
I'm about to end up making a crater out of this, man.
Definitely seems like it. Yeah.
Trust me, I wish I had feral weapons right now, but...
No, does not like that Jude is getting whomped on. So he's gonna try and shoulder check Noel. Just try to get you shoved out of the way. So Noel, I'll need you to make me a dexterity athletics at a -1 for having taken an action already.
Attempting to shoulder check me with I'm guessing a strength athletics.
Yeah, strength athletics.
Could I make a case of making my own strength athletics as a thing to basically, when he goes to shoulder check me, I just push him away?
Yeah, you can counter it with a strength athletics. It's still at the -1 for taking an action already.
Yeah, that's fine. I am going to go ahead and spend a willpower. Nope. So he is actually going to get shoved out of the way.
Yeah, he's
tried to push back, but he was just a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we're at a new round then.
Other than rolling for the rouse check for blood surge, haven't.
Oh, you
had to
haven't
roll
acted?
with-
Okay. Then go ahead
No.
and act against Angel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Pwah! Gross.
And on crit.
Nope, she is at 4.
Alright.
So what's the total damage?
8. So,
Is that 8 plus potence?
yes.
Okay.
8 plus the potence.
Oh, what is your potence rating? 2?
No, my potence is not added to that. I have
Yes,
8
yes.
successes.
Oh, okay.
But we're
So,
talking
yeah.
about damage.
Yeah,
8,
damage.
4,
So
6.
4 plus 2 is 6.
Half to
So
3.
that's half.
Angel is physically impaired.
Oh, you had a snap with that one.
Yep. You're pretty
Yay!
sure that you broke her spine over your knee.
It's time to stake her.
Alright. So now it's new round. What is everybody doing?
Staking the angel.
I guess Faust is gonna... He sees that Brian has everything under control.
And you can see the others kind of from the side of the house are also in a scuffle.
Clambering over each other.
Yep.
Well, honestly... let everyone else decide what they're gonna do first. I'm gonna look into what I can do
Okay.
for a sec.
Ironically, the best thing I think you could do is, potentially witness. Hi, forget.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm looking into is, how I
You
can
did
just...
fire a gun. There are people looking out their windows at this point.
Yeah, I'm looking into damage control at the moment.
Okay. Then that's not hard for you to do. It's
Yeah, if you want me to do a straight roll for it after then I can definitely do that, but he's spending his turn right now, just specifically doing that.
maybe. So what you probably could be doing is moving the truck so that you can, if you wanted to, so that it blocks your masquerade breaching fellows, like the horrid form.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. That sounds good. That's a good idea.
Okay, so you'll be spending your action doing that. Brian, Ray, and Noel, or Brian, Maria, Noel. Brian's still attacking with Angel.
Oh, did I lose the blood surge?
Yeah, because it's only for one roll.
One roll. Yeah.
Alright.
But it does compound on top of what you have, so.
Yeah, so I'm going to... Still got potent, so... I'm going to stake and then feed.
Stake. Okay. So that's going to be a melee action. Versus Angel. So you're going to do that. That's a called shot. So you're -2 on your dice spell on your dice, and you need five successes to successfully stake.
Okay, so that's strength melee.
Strength melee. Yep.
-2.
Yep.
Now, just as a question,
Uh-huh.
because technically, right, this isn't this is no longer a attack in the traditional sense. This is basically seeing if you can get the stake through.
No, it is still an attack.
It still qualifies? Okay.
Yep.
I'm just double checking.
It's still an
I know
attack
stake
roll.
technically counts as zero on this.
Zero.
It's still a weapon, though, so it still counts as attack roll.
It's plus 0 mod.
For damage.
Yeah.
Thank you very
However,
much for the clarification.
one thing that I did find though is that counting the damage as guaranteed successes on the quote-unquote staking.
Alright, that is 3/10.
Okay, so that's
5.
that is 5. Are there other successes?
I only have 3 dice if I'm at a -2 penalty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we just rolled 3 tens and got 5. Literally got the best, like literally the best he could possibly get from it. He's just like, no, I'm done with this. Yeah.
So
Angel strength.
5 plus 2 for the potence, so that's
That's 7.
Yep. What is she doing? She's surviving. She needs to get you off of her in order to do what is she doing? Okay. The truck is moving, which means the floodlights are moving. Which means she can use her arms of Ahriman. She can use her arms of Ahriman. Now is that strength brawl plus oblivion? Or
Nope,
is that
Wits Oblivion?
Wits Oblivion. Okay.
It's Wits Oblivion.
Okay. And then
That's
plus
a
potence to
potency.
damage, correct? Half potence
Plus
to damage?
I believe it's half potence. I'll check to see if it's half or full, but you do add a part of that to damage. Chicago, Lasombra, Oblivion.
Oh, what a... Well, she spent a willpower to get herself out of the frenzy. But she also can't see the fire anymore too, so so if you don't want to be attacked by arms of Ahriman, you will have to make either your own counterattack or get out of the way.
This is a counterattack strength brawl.
Yes, strength brawl would be inappropriate. Inappropriate counter.
Angel just uses these shadow tentacles, and Brian is just like, no.
So, they use Wits Oblivion to attack, and adding half the user's potence rating rounded up as a damage bonus.
Okay, yeah.
So the potence count qualifies effectively as the weapon.
The weapon, okay.
Okay, if I'm doing strength brawl, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. Crit.
Shit, son.
Counter.
Okay, so you weren't able to successfully stake her, but you did pummel her into torpor. She ain't
Now
moving.
you can stake her. Now you can stake her.
Yeah.
Now I can eat her too.
Now she's incapacitated. Exactly.
I thought she was incapacitated last round.
No, that was her being physically impaired. That's why she was very happy that the light had moved, because then she can use Oblivion, but that didn't seem to help.
Now I can stick her.
Yeah. Now behold the powers of darkness.
All right. So, those of you in melee with Jude.
Lethality here playing Noel goes first.
Yep, higher dex.
I actually got shoved back, so I need
Oh.
to re-engage. So you get to go first.
Okay. I am rousing.
No, you didn't get successfully shoved.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I had 1. He had 2.
Oh,
Okay.
So yeah, no, I got shoved.
okay. I read
Not
that
too
wrong.
not too far away. Like he tried to shove back, but no, I had a little bit more follow through and knocked him back a little bit.
What?
Okay, that is 8 successes with a messy crit.
Okie dokie.
Not that it matters.
Not that it matters.
Let's see. What is he doing? He's gotta try and pummel you right back. Damn, it's only the hunger dice that are fails.
Okay, I am going to reroll,
Okay.
and I have 2 dice I can do onto that.
Yeah, you can. Okay, so that's 9.
No additional pairing, so that's
Okay.
9. 4 drops it to 4 plus 2 for the weapon, making it 6. Reducing by 2 for fortitude.
Nope, you have it in the back. You have it backwards. It's 9 minus 2 is 7 for fortitude. Half to 4
But then
for
plus
superficial.
but then it's also plus 2 for the weapon.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So addition happens first. So 9 to 11, back to 9 to 5.
To 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Then half rounding up.
Yeah, that's half to 5. So he
Yep.
is physically impaired. Which does mean that he's not looking so good. Not looking so good at all. Noel, what are you doing? What do?
I'm sorry, Noah. I have to kill your brother.
If he's gonna let you get in the way.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, Noah's kind of
Rouse for it.
standing in between you and the fight that's going on right now. Trying desperately to try and get Maria off, but she's having way too much success here.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and. I am gonna blood surge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab onto him and pull him back. This needs to happen.
Okay. Then it's your strength athletics versus his strength athletics to try and keep you from moving him. I think he's going to rouse for a surge here. He does not want you to destroy Jude.
Looks like I'm spending a willpower. I've got 2 dice. That will make it to 6. So he and I will meet.
Yeah, it's a standoff. You can't get to Jude without because Noah won't let you.
I'm on 1 willpower, so.
And a lot of this is making you frustrated and angry. You just want this to be over with. Did Noah choose sides? you make a bad call?
Maybe I did, but if I did, I'll sort it out.
Why not just talk to him? Like right now.
Well, that is what Nola's gonna do. And he's basically kind of, he hasn't pulled him off completely, but he's kind of turned over to him, and he's just like, there's nothing more that we can do for him.
I can't let you hurt him.
But he would hurt you.
No, he wouldn't. You don't know him like I do, Noel. And this is while you guys are kind of scuffling to try and get past one another.
I know that he has no care for his fellow man. He proved this to me. Patently.
And you can see that there are tears of blood kind of streaming down his face.
And Noel, whilst frustrated, doesn't actually show a face of anger. No, he shows a face of kind of resignation. That it's like he doesn't want to be here, but he has to.
You can hear Jude as he's being pounded by Maria over and over and over again, crying out for Noah, crying out for it to stop.
He wouldn't give you the time of day, or
Faust, you've moved the truck to be angled to block the view of the rest of the onlooking neighborhood from the horrid form that is Maria.
All right, well, looking at the situation, this is getting wildly out of hand. I'm at a standstill. All right. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to let Maria and Noah and figure this one out. I'm just gonna make sure that Angel is left. Brian can sip on her, take her limbs, but she can't be dust. Not yet.
Okay, so you're hanging on for a moment, going back towards where Brian is.
Yep.
Are you doing anything else in the meantime?
What is there to do? I don't really have an answer for that. I'm just out here doing damage control.
Yeah, just doing damage control, the most important rule in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damage control.
damage
Exactly.
control.
Brian, what are you doing?
Staking Angel and drinking.
So drinking Kindred Vitae, you would know that very, very syrupy, thick liquid, the most delicious thing in the world to you. You take your first little sip out of her neck, and it tastes like ink. It's dark. It's slow moving, but it is inky black. That's the flavor you get from it.
Okay.
It is going to take probably another couple turns to slake your first hunger from it.
Okay.
In rounds. So.
All right.
Shu. Noel. Maria.
I'm keeping Noah distracted at this point.
Okay.
Maria's physically on top of him. I can't stop that.
To Maria, are you continuing to pound Jude into the ground?
Will not end up stopping until he is no longer capable.
I mean, was just about to say, is there a crater there yet?
It's pretty deep.
It's probably not deep enough.
He hasn't been used to dig his own grave yet, so it's not that deep yet.
Yeah, that she ain't done.
That she ain't done. So go ahead and make me another strength brawl. He's begging you to stop.
Wow. Derek Dice, of course, comes at this exact moment.
He's not even fighting you anymore. He's just pleading. And so it's going to be a charisma persuasion on his point.
Okay, so, whoa. He is, legitimately, he has stopped?
Like, he's not really even trying to attack you. He's just trying to not get hurt anymore.
I think I would actually like to change my role then. Sorry, I misinterpreted the situation. I'd like to do a wit's insight.
Go for it.
Is he done? Like, completely done?
Seems to be. He's not really trying to hurt you anymore. He's just trying to get you to stop.
Maria looks at Jude. It's that brief moment. Looks at the kid, currently fussing with his sire. Tears streaming down his eyes. She tightens her grip. Everything in her wants to end up putting this man into the ground for what he done. And maybe for a brief moment when she looks at the ground that's being churned up.
Bloody with vitae. You're fairly certain that some of Jude's limbs and ribs are broken. His spine might be cut in two. Inside of him, he's a pummeled mess. There's still a determination behind those eyes. He's stubborn. He's tough. This is taking a lot longer than it should. Destroy him. Till there's nothing left.
She looks down. She's leering over him.
Little pools of blood are trickling from his eyes.
And I imagine at this exact moment, she's wanting to agree rip him to pieces. He has it coming.
Has it coming?
He didn't take the hint. Could have ended this a long time ago, but it spiraled. And she catches the glimpse of something. It's silver and catches a street light. Somewhere in the make of her own horrific figure at this moment. She sees it hanging from her own neck. A rosary. Figure of Christ on the cross. And she's looking just like him. Old Scratch. She wants to scream out. And she looks at this pitiful thing that Noel's holding back. And realizes she don't feel much of nothing right now. It'd be so easy to snap them in two right now.
Someone should teach them. They don't cross me.
She drops him. I'm gonna deactivate horrid form. Watch as my own bones and flesh starts to rekindle itself back into the small figure of Maria Higgs, standing over him.
Jude instinctually kind of just coughs up some vitae.
Jude Walker, I hate you. With everything in me for what you done to me and mine. By every right, I should be ripping your head clean off your shoulders. She grabs hold of him by the scruff as she falls down on her knees, straddling him. Her fangs are bared as she leers into him. It'd be so easy to bite him right now.
So easy. Take it. It's yours. It's mine.
Next action is the hardest thing she could ever do right now. She leans in, putting her fangs near his neck, mouth near the side of his head. Feeling rosary rest against his chest. Leaning so close, if she could breathe, he could feel it. I forgive you, Jude Walker. Lord knows I hate you. And I'll never forget it. But I forgive you. rests for a moment before she pulls herself up. As she starts to walk away, letting Ray deal with it, she looks to Ed and Noah. I am my brother's keeper. I am. With that, she starts to walk away.
Brian, you feel a very firm hand after you've slaked your first bit of hunger grip you. You're off in the kind of dark corner of this particular place, and you see what can only be described as a horribly mangled person leering over you. That's enough.
The fuck are you?
Order in this city.
That's supposed to mean something to me? I don't know who you are.
Oh, God! Brian, no! Ah! Faust, please intervene, please!
At that point, Faust finally walks up, sees this massive Nosferatu leering over Brian.
Hold on just a second. Is this same Nos that I met in the sewers with Ray?
The ghost of San Antonio.
And Brian would not have said that. Brian does know who he is. Am I supposed to give what's left of this to you?
I was asked by a friend to intervene should things escalate.
I think they're taken care of.
It certainly would have escalated if I had let you go further. Mr. Matthews.
And just raises an eyebrow. I don't know what you mean.
You don't think I saw your fangs in that creature's neck?
Of course you did. I have to feed.
You're a cannibal.
Something like that.
Then yes, I'm taking what's left of that thing.
Brian grabs her by the scruff of the neck, picks her up, and hands her over to the ghost of San Antonio.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Brian will look around to see where the rest of the coterie is.
They're a little further down the same side of the house that you are, just down toward the other corner.
He'll make his way there.
and the ghost will follow you, watching as Maria leaves.
Faust also reconvenes with Noel and Noah and Ray.
Noel is currently looking over the currently pummeled corpse of Jude.
He's
Brian gets
impaired,
close.
but he's not moving.
As Brian gets closer, y'all done back here?
No.
And as you can see, the house is starting to go alight.
We're gonna have to be done. I got some calls I need to make.
Then I'm gonna make this quick. He's physically impaired, yeah?
Yep, for Jude.
Coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
Coup de grace. I told him what would happen if he came back to the domain. He would die. I would be breaking my conviction if I did not kill him. And furthermore, I swore it. I swore that I would kill him. Multiple times. Maria may have forgiven you. I did not.
You wouldn't have heard that. She said that way too softly for you to hear.
Oh no, that's more an out of character thing of, yeah, Maria might have forgiven you. I haven't.
Then I would like you to make a dexterity melee at a plus
Dex melee?
or strength, your choice.
I'm gonna rouse for a blood search here.
Faust does speak up to Mr. Stoneford. Make sure Mr. Walker has some last rites.
Of course. The dead should still be respected. And he's gonna swing. So you said strength melee, any other?
Strength melee, he's prone, so you're at a +2.
So I'm at that total. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm gonna spend my last willpower and re-roll 3 dice. 8. That'll be 8 successes.
And that will successfully remove his head from his shoulders.
Yeah, it's a very quick swing. Basically, there is a as Faust speaks and Noel responds, the last words before Jude's head gets removed is, "And judgment has been cast."
And the head of Jude Walker rolls to the side. You don't see his body decay all that much. Proof he was a fledgling.
You see Noel kind of flicks his sword off to the side to remove any vitae. It would boil in the sun, if not under the heat of the fire. And slide his sword back into its sheath.
Are you finished?
He simply does a sign of last rites and says something in Arabic before nodding to, "We're finished here."
Then leave.
And Noel simply gives Galvin a nod and looks to the others. Let's go.
Aaron continues after Maria, the direction Maria went.
You're able to catch up with her fairly quickly, unless, Maria, you're not wanting to be found.
No, honestly, I think at this point she's lost in her own head, so she's not really going out of her way to try and end up figuring one way or the other.
Noah ends up staying behind. Or would like to stay behind if he's allowed.
You'll be right next to a burning building. It's bad for your health, and also the fact that authorities are likely on their way, which will put you as mea culpa number 1. You can't stay.
You killed him. He was
I told
begging for his life and you killed him.
I told you exactly how this was going to end, Noah. I told you exactly how this would end.
Then kill me. I don't want to be yours. You're a sick son of a bitch. Do it. And he's gonna take that knife that you gave him and he's going to swing at you.
I'm going to attempt to disarm him.
Go for it.
Just be a strength melee. And so yeah, this isn't dealing any damage. This is just flicking the knife from his hand.
Easily done.
I can't do that.
Do it.
No.
Haven't you tortured me enough?
And you see that there's actually bloody tears beginning to fall from Noel's eyes. It's prickling at the sides of his eyes and beginning to leak down his cheeks. And that's enough.
I believe that is where we are going to conclude San Antonio by Night as a chronicle. This is the finale episode, and I hope you all have enjoyed. We're going to be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to, well, the end of San Antonio by night, for the time being. Was just making sure that my players are all okay, but it seems like we are happy-ish with a sad, somewhat up in the air kind of ending. So we are here to discuss more, if you guys would like. So, how do we feel?
There's a thing that I need to resolve. And Faust.
Oh, some
Stains.
stains. We
We
do
got
need
some
to
stains.
And
to
Noah
resolve.
and Sammy.
Yep. We do need to resolve some stains for them. So, roll your remorse.
Well, I have touchstone lessening for mine.
Convictions, yes.
Yes, convictions. So perform your actions with convictions. A thoughtless act is a reckless one. What Noel attempted to do was definitely not thoughtless. He put all of his intent behind that and had every intention of trying to stop this dude from suffering more than he had to. Also, a professional's word is his honor. He did promise to Sammy that he would help her feed. That
True.
shit's like one way or another. He did promise to her that yes, I will come and I will help you feed tonight, and he did.
It's true.
I just have one thing as a conviction to touch back on. Honor my sworn word. Faust did say earlier in the night, you'll be satiated.
Okay.
That's it. Just that. So that just takes one stain off.
Go ahead and roll it, Faust.
And I removed both, so I don't have to roll.
Let's see. Morse dice. So that leaves... It's the spaces in between what's left of my human...
Yeah.
The empty spaces. That's the number
Cool.
of dice.
Roll it.
Success. You feel
Sucks.
like garbage. After everything tonight, you feel like garbage when you go home.
What a fucking shit show.
It was a shit show.
I don't want to talk to any of you ever again.
Oh, damn.
Now, Mr. Buford, there's no need to be so harsh. We did what we must.
To be fair, I expect the same consolences from the rest of you.
Yeah, no, we did what we had to do. Me having to kill Jude. You. Us helping Sammy to feed. She would have killed many more people easily if, she had been gone off on her own.
Yeah. No.
And it was going to be messy regardless. So at least we were there to kind of lessen it a bit. Especially since it was her first time
Dealing
at
with
that level.
Mm. Well,
It's a harsh lesson.
harsh on life.
And the rest. Can imagine Faust and Noel actually even having that conversation back at the coterie house after all was said and done.
Yep.
Less of me laughing.
Yeah. And
That's something that made me chuckle.
Noel also sounding just defeated. Because, he tapped out on willpower.
Mm.
Yeah, I tapped out on willpower to make that happen.
I have... Faust has never lived more people because everyone else was lower health, lower willpower. I'm over here, full health, full willpower.
Willpower. Yep.
Not that hungry. Everyone else is doing the dirt.
Clean bill of humanity.
Oh,
From start to finish, did not drop from Humanity 7.
God damn.
you got
I'm
it.
the only one who got
You.
away clean.
God damn.
You
I
did
don't
good.
know how.
I don't know how you did it. Luck of the
Good
dice.
rolls.
Yep.
and Brian as well, because Brian started at Humanity 6.
Yep, and he didn't go lower than that. So,
Uh-uh.
but yeah, how does the audience feel?
Yeah, you've watched us for what?
God,
30-ish episodes?
no, it's longer than that. We've been doing Aftermath for about a year now.
Well,
Jesus
six
Christ.
episodes in season 3, 18. So 18 is 24. 3 parts of epilogues 27.
Which you should all go
28.
check out the YouTube.
29 and 39, 44, 45.
So nearly
45 total episodes.
Yeah.
That's including vignettes and the epilogue, the 3-part epilogues. It's 3 vignettes and the 3-part epilogue, and then 39
actual
total
episodes. Yeah.
total episodes.
Yeah. 39 episodes.
Wow.
It was like 50 something prior to that for Chronicle 1, so.
1, yeah. I very much enjoyed playing Null.
Good.
I hope I didn't fall too deep into the Bono Hakima stereotype hole.
Oh
but
no,
I did a little bit.
I loved
I know
it.
I did a little bit, but
I loved all these characters.
I liked everyone.
My favorite is Maria. Maria.
That Spiral.
That's Spiral. I'm
Damn.
sorry that I inadvertently made you lose to humanity. It has been in 3 episodes.
Oh, so it's your fault.
Yes, it is Noel's fault. It's absolutely Noel's fault.
Yes. Inadvertently, yes, it is Noel's fault.
Absolutely Noel's fault. He
But
may
you
not
were
have done it intentionally, but it was his fault.
It was his fault.
I'm definitely gonna miss Brian.
Well, if we want to do vignettes, you could always have that date with Maxine again.
I imagine there will be several more.
Oh, yes.
And at some point, a ghouling of some animal that Brian is going to send to watch over his son.
Mm-hmm. Yep, lots of things that, don't need to necessarily be tied up in a neat little bow. Keep them guessing.
As you said, this may be something to come back to at a later date.
Potentially. We don't know.
Um,
I don't know what my next Chronicle after Soul City is going to be. Speaking of which,
Brian and Maxine. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Brian and Maxine kind of perfectly mirror Benji and Amber, and it scares me.
A little bit. She's got him wrapped around her little finger.
Toreador, the Toreador brood of the late Ashley Sanderson gonna do that to you.
They gonna do that.
I can't fight, so I'm gonna get a boyfriend who can.
Yep. and Deb is just like first, mine's bigger than yours, and second, he's not wrapped around my little finger, he's wrapped around my index finger because he wouldn't fit around my little finger.
And wouldn't fit around Maxine's little finger either. And they're not that far off on size.
Nope.
Lethality, don't give me ideas.
Too late.
Neapolitan. Okay. Okay. So.
I love you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you guys for being my cast. And
Always.
yes, this will be like the official announcement of War in the Soul City is the next chronicle for us to venture on, which will take place in a little city called Jackson, Mississippi in the year 2015, where we may or may not see some of the original characters from the first Chronicle come back into maybe touch on some things, but not necessarily be a strong spotlight. We'll be
Origin stories.
Yep, we'll be following the unlives of Dana Rain, Liv DeAngelis, Mercy, and Malice, and hopefully Rodney. Hopefully Rodney will be able to be there. But yeah, that's what we'll be playing next. So I hope you guys will join us. Definitely subscribe to YouTube because that's where all of the VODs go. So that way you can catch up on Chronicle 1 and maybe figure out what you've missed out of Aftermath and continue to watch as we here at CoffeeCat Presents give you more things to watch. So, with that being said, we want to wish you all a good night. Thank you so much for watching.
Night, everyone.